What would you have liked to have seen? You're not saying.
What I would like to have seen is a greater package to help those people.
Fairer system, all of these things sound lovely.
There's been an absolutely shocking disaster. Not very happy, I'm afraid.
Where do you see all this?
I'm just listening to my brothers here and I'm bemused actually, because we've had 14 years of Tory austerity. Public services on its knees, thank you very much, sir. And then we've got a Labour government who came in last year promising change, promising renewal. It's been an absolutely shocking disaster. This is an absolutely scandalous budget, because all we're seeing is Labour shifting, lurching, I would say, to the right. They are trying desperately to appease reform. And reform voters. They're desperately trying to appeal to Labour voters who have left them in droves. There's huge disillusionment with Labour on the ground, and I'm absolutely shocked that we can be talking about the minority. We should be talking about the people that I knock on doors every weekend, the working majority, the middle income earners, the pensioners, those people who are disabled. And I'm actually shocked that my friend here actually thinks that this is a good budget and that Labour have not done what they promised. Look, you know, what have they done since they've come in? They've made U-turn after U-turn. They have attacked disabled people, elderly people.
I don't need to make a note. I'm quite happy to respond, but I don't want to interrupt.
I
don't want to interrupt her.
Let her finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm really shocked, because the reality is that Labour said, in fact, they didn't say very much in their manifesto, but what they did say was that they would not be increasing tax. Now, what they've done is rather increased income tax by stealth, through the back door.
All the businesses are messed up.
Absolutely. So what we're going to be seeing is, due to inflation, due to income rises, what we're going to see is that more and more people who previously didn't pay income tax or paid income tax at the lower and the middle rates will be dragged into paying more until 2031. So not very happy, I'm afraid. Cash ISA limits have been cut to 12,000, so savings rates will increase. Pension changes. You've got drivers paying more. Well, if you're lucky enough to live in a mansion that's worth £2 million or more, well, you'd be paying more. But my issue here is the majority, the working majority in this country, and not just people from my own community, are going to be suffering. They're already on their knees. People who are working extra hours, they're paying more. That what I'm hearing on the doorstep in Redbridge, in Mayfield, when I'm talking to residents from different backgrounds, different income groups, is that people have been struggling. There's a cost of living crisis, and this is making it much worse. Okay. We can be very comfortable here talking about people who have the option to go and move to Dubai or Oman or Qatar, and wonderful, good luck. You know, people who are wealthy and have those options, that's amazing. But what I have to say is that those people who are, for example, an average a two-parent family or even a one-parent family, where people are middle income earners, they're struggling with higher increases in their rent, increases in their mortgage, insecure tenancy, they're having to pay more for their fuel, and they're really struggling to heat their homes, to put food on the table. Now, what has Labour promised for these people? Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so I can come back to that. We've had the obituary, but you haven't told us what your proposals are. What are your alternatives? What would you have liked to have seen? You're not saying.
So
what are your solutions?
What I would like to have seen as an independent, Redbridge Independence Councillor, what I would like to see is actually a different set of priorities. We would like to see that people, working people who contribute the most, actually have a fairer taxation system. Why is it that we cannot, this Labour government cannot actually put a greater burden on people with the wider shoulders? So what I'm saying here is that actually people, high income earners, those who are wealthy, should be paying more into the system. Now, the other reality is that we have currently about 5 million people who are unemployed and claiming benefits. Now, you talked about people on benefits before, but currently we have about 5 million people. What I would like to have seen is a greater package to help those people back into employment, to create opportunities, training opportunities, apprenticeships for these people to get into remunerative employment and stay in employment. I didn't see that.
All right, okay. Well, two things. First of all, Kambai is nodding his head when you're making your speech, so he's agreeing with you. But the fact is that when you say that taxes should be increased on those who have those broader shoulders, which includes him, he says, I'm off to Dubai. Yeah? And secondly, when you say that, you'd like to see a fairer system, all of these things sound lovely. But the reality is there are no, with all due respect, I fully respect the fact that you are representing the community, and I fully respect the fact that you work hard and you have those sentiments. And those sentiments are shared by all of us, I suspect, and many of our viewers watching. But, my dear sister, you have not provided any concrete proposals to say what in this budget, apart from saying we would raise taxes for the higher earners, you haven't said anything else.